I am Brick, and we are going to, I don't know, just get something started here. And I think we'll start with, one of my favorites, and that's going to be Chapter 8 of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the Atlantean. The Emerald Tablets, Chapter 8, the Key of Mystery. Unto thee, O man, have I given my knowledge. Unto thee have I given of light. Hear ye now and receive my wisdom, brought from space planes above and beyond. Not as man am I, for free have I become of dimensions and planes. In each take I on a new body. In each I change in my form. Know I now that the formless is all there is of form. Great is the wisdom of the seven, mighty are they. From beyond manifest they through their power filled by force from beyond. Hear ye the words of wisdom, hear ye and make them thine own. Find them the formless. Mystery is but hidden knowledge. Know, and ye shall unveil. Find the deep buried wisdom and be master of darkness and light. Well, good evening, Tammy. How are you? I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just enjoying my life. How are you this evening? Deeper are the mysteries around thee, hidden the secrets of old. Search through the keys of my wisdom. Surely shall you find the way. The gateway to power is secret, but he who attains shall receive. Look into the light, O my brother. Open and ye shall receive. Press on through the valley of darkness. Overcome the dweller of night. Keep ever thine eyes of the light plane, and thou shalt be one with the light. Man is in process of changing to forms that are not of this world. Grow he is time to the formless, a plane on the cycle above. Know ye must become formless before ye are with the light. Lest ye, O man, to my voice, telling of the pathways to the light, showing the way of atonement. When ye shall be one with the light, search ye the mysteries of earth's heart, learn of the law that exists, holding. I'm sorry, Gary. Hold on, let me read your thing. I'm good. Are you reading from Zen's books? No, I just have Zen's stuff playing in the background. You know, I think it's just befitting. Search ye the mysteries of earth's heart. Learn of the law that exists, holding the stars in their balance by the force of the primordial mist. Seek ye the flame of the earth's life, bathe in the glare of its flame. Follow the three concerned pathways until thou too art a flame. Speak thou in words without voice to those who dwell down below. Enter the blue litten temple and bathe in the fire of all life. That's kind of interesting because it's like even with like the angel that wrestled Jacob, he had to go bathe in fire, which I always thought was cool because they really had to be, they were purified. They couldn't come before the Most High God and have corruption, which everybody needs to keep that in mind because I think that time may be coming. Continue. Know, O man, thou art complex, a being of earth and of fire. Let thy flame shine out brightly. Be thou only the fire. Wisdom is hidden in darkness. When lit by the flame of the soul, find thou the wisdom and be light born, a son of the light, without form, seeking the evermore wisdom. Find it in the heart of the flame. Know that only by striving and light pour into thy brain. Now have I spoken with wisdom. Listen to my voice and obey. Tear open the veils of the darkness. Shine a light on the way. I speak of ancient Atlantis. Speak of the days of the kingdom of shadows. Speak of the coming of the children of shadows. Out of the great depths were they called by the wisdom of earth men, called for the purpose of gaining power. Far in the past, before Atlantis existed, men there were who delved into darkness using dark magic, calling up beings from the great deep below us. Forth came they into this cycle. Formless they were, of another vibration, existing unseen by the children of earthmen. Kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it? Only through the blood could they have formed being. Only through man could they live in the world. So that's also real interesting. In ages past, were they conquered by masters driven below into the places whence they came? But some there were who remained hidden in spaces and plains unknown to man. Lived they in Atlantises as shadows, but at times they appeared amongst men, a when the blood was offered, for they came they to dwell among men. In the form of men, they amongst men, us, but only to sight were they as our men. Serpent headed, when the glamour was lifted. That's what it's all about right there. Appearing to man as men among men, crept they into the councils, taking forms that were like unto men, slaying by their arts the chief of the kingdoms, taking their form and ruling over man. Only by magic could they be discovered. Only by sound could their faces be seen. Sought they from the kingdom of shadows to destroy man and rule in his place. Yet beware, the serpent still liveth in a place that is opened at times to the world. Unseen, they walk among thee in places where the rites have been said. Again, as time pass onward, shall they take the semblance of men. Called many, called may they be by the master who knows the white or the black, but only the white master may control and bind them while in the flesh. Seek not the kingdom of shadows, for evil will surely appear. For only the master of brightness shall conquer the shadow of fear. Know ye, O my brother, that fear is an obstacle great. Be master of all in brightness. The shadow will soon disappear. Hear ye and hear my wisdom. The voice of light is clear. Seek not the valley of shadow. The light will only appear. Listen ye, O man, to the depth of my wisdom. Speak I of knowledge hidden from man. Far have I been on my journey through space time, even to the end of space of this cycle. A glimpse to the hounds of the barrier, laying wait for he who would pass them. In that space where time exists not, faintly I sensed the guardians of the cycles. Move they only through the angles? Free are they not of the curved dimensions? And I always thought that that was interesting because, the straight, and then you got the curved dimensions there. So you look at that flower of life, and we just had Kooky Pants, what's his name? Terrence, whatever, the actor. He was unveiling that he had discovered the curved dimensions inside the flower of life. And I kind of think that that's what he's talking about, that when we astroplane or outstretch ourselves within a projective state while we're sleeping to stay, however you do it, inside the curved dimensions. All right, I will continue. Strange and terrible are the hounds of the barrier. Follow they consciousness to the limits of space. Think not to escape by entering your body, for they fast the soul through angles. Only the circle will give ye protection, save from the claws of the dweller in angles. Once in the past, I approached the Great Barrier, and I saw the shores where time exists not. The formless forms of the hounds of the barrier, hiding in the mist beyond time, I found them, and they scented me afar off, raised themselves, and gave the great bell cry that could be heard from cycle to cycle and move through the spaces towards my soul. Fled I then fast before them, back from time's unthinkable end. But ever after me pursued they, moving in strange angles not known to man. On the gray shores of time space, and found I the hounds of the barrier, ravening for the soul who attempts the beyond. That's kind of cool because there's an episode in Doctor Who, and they go to the very end of time, and there is a scientist there by the name of the Professor, and nobody knows who he is, where he comes from, and all he remembers is being found on the shores of the Silver Devastation. So this always kind of reminded me, they were always grabbing stuff out of these books, which is super cool, and I'm kind of glad that they put into the lyrics of a show or a novel. Fled I through circles back to my body, fled, and fast after me they followed. After me, the devourers followed, seeking through angles to devour my soul. Yea, know ye, man, that the soul who dares the barriers may be held in bondage by the hounds from beyond time, held till its cycle is completed and left behind when the consciousness leaves. Enter I my body, created the circles that I know, not angles. Create the form that from my form was formed, made my body into a circle and lost the pursuers in the circles of time. So that's interesting. So, witchcraft, they put the white ring around you, which we all know. Okay, where am I at? But even yet, when free from my body, cautious ever must I be, not to move through angles, else my soul may never be free. It's interesting. Know ye the hounds of the barrier move only through angles and never through curves of space. Only by moving through curves can ye escape them. For in angles they will pursue thee. O man, heed ye my warnings. Seek not to break open the gate to beyond. Few are who have succeeded in the past in passing the barrier to the greater light that shines beyond. For ye ever the dwellers seek such souls to hold in their thrall. Listen, O man, and heed ye. May warning seek ye to move not in angles but curves. And if while free from the body thou hast the sound like the bay of a hound ringing clear and bell like through thy being, flee back to thy body through circles. Penetrate not the mist before. When thou hast entered the form thou hast dwelt in, use the cross and the circle combined. Open thy mouth and use thy voice. Utter the word, and thou shalt be free. Only the one who of light has the fullest can hope to pass by the guardians of the way. And then must he move through strange curves and angles that are formed in direction not known to man. List ye, O man, and heed ye my warning. Attempt not to pass the guardians on the way. Rather, should ye seek to gain of thy own light and make thyself ready to pass on the way. Light is thine ultimate end. Oh, my brother, seek and find ever the light on the way. All right, that's it. That's chapter 8. Terrence Howard, yes, ma'am. All right, what's happening? You gonna be a moderator on my channel here, Donna Smith? Good evening. So, yeah, I just thought it would be appropriate. We all love Zen, so I like to at least throw up his books and stuff like that. You know me, and it it curbs the loneliness that we all kind of have for Zen. And so let's dig into what do I got? I got a couple of things here by Zen. Give me a minute here. All right. So we've got this one. This is a good one. We all know this one. Paradise. Paradise. Oh. Well, maybe we should. Do you have any? All right. Cool, Tammy. Right on. So, I've always wanted to read this book. And Yeah, Paradise Sides of the North and the Mount of Congregation. And it is the only book that I have that is signed by Zen. Thank you, Zen, because I know that you signed a bunch of it. Probably didn't mean a whole lot to you, but it means a whole lot to me. So let's get past. Let's do chapter 1, the architecture of the world. And this is Zen Garcia's Paradise Sides of the North, the Mount of the Congregation. We'll put it up there next to the beautiful stained glass. So lovely. And if Tammy, if you're there, if you could just, I guess put. I don't know if we have permission or not, but maybe you could put up where you can get this book. I think that would be appropriate. Chapter 1, the architecture of the world, which should be interesting. Okay, according to the ancient cosmology and all that I have studied concerning how Yahweh Elohim established the creation, the earth has been situated between the 7 levels of heaven and Sheol as they fuse in formation. If one considers Christ the light of the world and the source of all things, amen, praise you, Most High, one can easily envision that light stepping down in vibration, frequency, and octave to become what the Hebrews describe as the various levels of the creation of heaven, earth, and Sheol. Matter is nothing more than light shifting in density to form the physicality of all manifesting things, centered between the higher eternal spiritual realms and the lower solid mortal realms. It is here upon the earth that the duality of existence, the knowledge of good and evil, right and wrong, life and death, and light and darkness overlap in reality. In this continuum, the visibility, invisible and visible, the ethereal and material, interdimensional and dimensional come together in creating the sensual experience of this world as proving ground established by Yahuwah for those spiritual beings ordained incarnation into human physicality. Tried by the carnal temptations of this dimension, it is here in this duality that those born into flesh determine whether they are to be worthy of a return to our first estate. Granted temporary authority to challenge humanity's inclination and whether one will be truly righteous or not. Satan, as the advisorial angel of death, has been appointed role to tempt the spirits born into the challenge of this lifetime. What we choose to do, how we act, what we intend with our thoughts, actions, and behaviors at the end of this journey will determine the judgment of, turn the page, whether one is to be numbered with the righteous or wicked. The 2 books of the Great Contest trilogy finished earlier this year, 2017, on the war in heaven and the enmity between the seed lines, cover in very great detail how and why the earth was established as an arena, chessboard, proving ground, field, or world for just such determinations. The lives we live here are the second phase of the contest, which began in heaven between Christ and Satan. The Lord God had to conclude the battle which divides the forces of light and darkness and good and evil, and which, oh, I got stuck in a word, sorry, destroy the earth and making it without form and void in accommodation. The rebellion of his angels led to the Psalm 82 sentence of death levied against the sons of God. Ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But you shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. The war in heaven was the cause for the creation of this dimensional reality. Oh, all right. Sit down and write all about the souls of men, those of them which are not born, and the places prepared for them forever. 5. For every soul was created eternally before the foundations of the world. The Book of Secrets of Enoch. The ever new tongue answered, there was said in the orbital circuit, the material of the universe, to wit, cold and heat, light and darkness, heavy and weightlessness, wet and dry, high and low, brightness and mildness, strength, the feebleness, roaring sea, and the noise of thunder, odor of flowers, chant of angels, and pillars of fire. All these then, quote he, were in the round multiform clouds, which was made of material of the universe, and 'tis there that the stuff of hell was produced. For hell was not made at once, not until the archangel transgressed God's will and forsook the law of the king who had created him, together with an innumerable crowd of angels. Till then, quote he, hell was not made, but its material was stored away in the round multiform mass out of which the universe was separated, with all the kinders which exist therein. And if the angels who sinned had remained in the nature in which they had been created, then in the angelic radiance, the material of hell would have been turned into a beautiful, bright kingdom, like unto the kingdom of the holy angels. The creation of the world, however, could not take place until God had bashioned the ruler of the darkness. Retire, God said to him, for I desire to create the world by means of light. Only after the light had been fashioned, darkness arose. The light ruling in the sky, the darkness on the earth, the legends of the Jews. One. Oh, we love that book, don't we? I love the legends of the Jews, and I'm starting to love this book as well. Continue. With the insight of these verses and others like Isaiah 45, verse 18, and Esdras Adaris 6.38, we know that the heavens and the earth of the first world age were created perfect. That Yeshua had to attain the conflict and insurrection of the third of his angels, which followed Lucifer into rebellion, thereby dividing the celestial hosts into forces of darkness and of light and darkness, good and evil. The separation led to previous conflicts, as clarified in the Great Contest, War in Heaven, exclaiming the original Hebrew from Genesis 1 2. One can interpret that passage in this manner, and the sorry guys, primeval earth existed, fell out, came to pass. Okay, we get caught up. Was in a state of formlessness, confusion, unreality, emptiness, like a desert, wasteland, wilderness, and place of chaos, vanity, and like an indistinguishable ruin, void and waste. We'll do another section here, and I gotta get something to drink here. The world that we inhabit now is not as it was in the original state of creation. There are ancient magnetic cities which, laying at the bottoms of the oceans, lakes, and under large ice sheets, confirm the reality that the rebel angels had already been living here on the face of the earth prior to the fall of modern humanity, and that earth had been destroyed sometime in our ancient past, comprehending that we have inherited a reconstructed world. One can better make sense of why in Genesis 1 2, Peter, 2 Peter 3, Ezekiel 26, Isaiah 23, and Jeremiah 4. There is an account of the destruction of a previous earth age and its reconstruction into its current form. Nor is the world inhabited. I can't stop reading, guys. It's so good. Nor is it the world inhabited by man, the first of things earthly created by God. He made several worlds before ours, but he destroyed them all because he was pleased with none until he had created ours. But even this last world would have had no premise if God had executed his original plan of ruling it according to the principles of strict justice. When God made our present heavens and our present earth, the new heavens and new earth were also brought forth, yea, and the 196,000 worlds which God created unto his own glory. Legends of the Jews. All right, with that, let's put a pin in this whole thing because I'm like gasping for some type of liquid at this particular point in time. And just give me a second, and you can look at all the lovely things I have on the computer. See ya. I don't know who that is. That might be Sir Galahad. Sir Galahad always has keys with him because he's a painter. Yikes, that was much needed. So let's see what we got. You're doing great. Thank you, Tammy. Predestination is so interesting. It truly is, Donna. Don't you love spontaneously? LOL. No, I mean sometimes I do. I couldn't answer that properly. But maybe we can look up love. So where you get all the pictures from? I'm telling you, I'm just playing one of Zen's videos. Here, look. I'm just playing one of Zen's videos. I have it on mute. See? We can listen to that here. I'll even turn up the volume for you.
Zulon, which is tree.
Well, we take a little break from reading and we'll listen to a little ancient Zen.
Wait a minute now. Cursed is every man that hangs from a tree. So, like, preceded by that statement, it says, it is written. Well, where is it written? Where is that statement written? Well, it just happens to be in Deuteronomy. It says, for a rebellious son, a whoremonger, a winebibber, a blasphemer, and whatever else they call the Lord, a sorcerer, his penalty would be to be stoned to death and hung on a tree, not a cross. They didn't have crosses when this was written. You know, when the law was written, they didn't have pagan Roman crosses. The way that the Jews dealt with somebody that was defined by all of these natures, which Jesus wasn't, of course, was to be stoned to death and hung on a tree. Well, rarely, if ever, do we hear that Jesus was stoned. But, you know, when he cursed the men that were ready to stone the woman caught in adultery, said, you know, he that is without sin, let him cast the first stone. And they were condemned because they knew they had sinned, and so they walked away. But they were ticked off that the Lord would embarrass them like that. So when the Lord was being crucified, the people that stoned him were the ones that were angry that he embarrassed them. That was the Sanhedrin. And they picked up stones. This is the Passover. And as he hung there on a tree, they threw stones at him until his body was so beat up by the stones that he died. And he died before the two thieves. He died.
Oh, right on.
The two thieves lived on because
Mike
they were
of Council of Time. Oh yeah, Mike. I mean, Mike goes back to some of my favorite, just his sermons. His sermons are really good. You know, he talks about the black vastness, and it's really true. I mean, it's like what's waiting for us. What they're trying to invoke is really, you know, Clark and I, we kind of covered it on Discord last night. And when they do pierce the veil, because he does say that he's going to pull the veil back, he's going to open it up, and we're going to figure it all out, because it's not going to go into another heaven. There's that separation, that the black abyss, you know, where the hounds exist. That's why I read that portion out of Emerald Tablets, because it kind of really depicts what is in that blackness of space. I mean, things that are unconscionable to mankind, and men's hearts will fail. So you better get right. Better get right with the Most High. That's all I got to say. I'm not doing an altar call here, but I think we'll here. Let's look up what love is in this. So this is. Let's get a little light. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's going to pick it up. This is the Wilson's Dictionary of Bible Types. So this is what I use. It's kind of like a Strong's Concordance. Donna asked if I loved. I don't know if I do or if I don't. I know that the Most High loves me, and I'm probably about the most worthless thing on the planet, but I'm okay with that. And as long as I have his love and his wisdom, I'm good. So LOV. Let's see what it says. LOVE. It's so crazy. It's not even in here. Lukewarm is lost. Yeah, no, it's not in here. Well, that's because love only exists through the Most High God. So, well, this has been an interesting little test run. Be reading. We'll probably pick it up again here in the future. Thank you, Tammy. If I knew how to make you a, let me see. Let me push buttons here and see what the heck there's going on. No, let's share. We don't want to do that. And let's see. I need to put time. No. How do I make you a moderator? Right on, Tammy. I think I'm going to end the live. Oh, it was just in jest. I kind of figured as much. So how do I do the moderator thing here? Do I start a poll? No, I don't want to start a poll. I don't want to dance on a poll. Although I do have one that could be constructed very quickly for the front room. But so, well, anyways, hit the like, share, subscribe, or don't. I'm Brick, and I love you all, man. You guys rock. Have a good night. Oh, you like that?